Block Party, welcome to yet another installment of 49 Block News, a news segment that tackles the latest in local, national, and world entertainment news. Let's get to it. Last weekend was jam-packed with plenty of events here in Chicago. For one, Fan Expo featured 4 days of booths, panel discussions, and celebrity appearances. Fan Expo serves as a convention for devotees of comics, sci-fi, anime, gaming, and cosplay. Notable guests included Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd from the Back to the Future franchise. Pink is currently touring her 9th studio album titled Trustfall. The Raise Your Glass singer stopped in Chicago last weekend at Wrigley Field. LL Cool J is headlining his own arena tour for the first time in 3 decades. He stopped in Chicago on Sunday at the United Center. The Bud Billiken Parade serves as a celebration for black music, dance, and food since 1929. The parade proceeded on a 2-mile route in Bronzeville starting at 10 a.m. It also serves as the unofficial reminder that the start of the school year is around the corner. Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years behind bars for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. The sentencing concludes the 3-year saga with a 2-day sentencing hearing. Throughout the hearing, Judge Herb Ford shared letters of support from Lanez's friends, family, and other supporters. One of those supporters happened to be Iggy Azalea. He announced on October 7th that he would executive produce Azalea's next album. The duo sparked dating rumors throughout the latter half of last year. Over the summer 2022, they were spotted having dinner together in Miami. In the fall, they were spotted out partying together. Fast forward to now, Azalea's letter of support caused quite a stir on social media. The Australian rapper clarified why she wrote the letter, noting that she didn't expect it to be publicized. In a lengthy tweet, Azalea wrote, quote, "I don't support anyone. The whole thing is full of oddities. My letter never mentioned anything in regard to what happened that night," end quote. Azalea notes that she doesn't support the idea of, quote, "throwing away anyone's life," end quote. She'd rather have reasonable punishment that's rehabilitative. She clarifies that she wrote about her genuine experience and the punishment she believes he deserves. Megan Thee Stallion wasn't in court for either days of the hearing. In a statement of her own, the Houston Hottie says she hasn't had a day of peace since the day of the shooting. Megan notes that Lanez disseminated false information blogs throughout the trial, essentially a smear campaign to discredit her. In a YouTube live session, Megan Cunningham, a reporter who has become popular for covering the trial, confirmed that Lanez's legal team leaked court documents to academics.
Somebody wanted me to respond to academics, and I watched his thing, and I honestly don't think that we are like completely on the different page about it. Like as I said in my video about that story that I did, I don't think it actually makes him look bad in there. I mean, he got the report, he published it, which, like I said, if somebody gave me that report, I would publish it. I saw him saying that it's factually inaccurate that the prosecutors or the judge found that Lanez leaked it to academics. I'm like, well, Lanez's own lawyers said that. I mean, they described that's how it happened in the document. So if I can respect that he doesn't want to ever reveal who gave him that document. Like, he shouldn't have to do that. But the fact is, I mean, even Lanez's own lawyers say that the judge concluded that Lanez was responsible for the leak to academics.
These are the same documents that he sourced when he said that Lanez's DNA was not found on the gun that shot Megan Thee Stallion. DJ Academics claimed that he received the documents from Rock Nation. The Canadian again proclaimed his innocence in a statement following the sentencing. The statement read, quote, "In no way, shape, or form am I apologizing for the charges I'm being wrongfully convicted of. I remain on the stance that I refuse to apologize for something that I did not do," end quote. Lanez was convicted with first-degree assault with a firearm, negligent discharge of a firearm, and possession of a concealed and unregistered firearm in a vehicle. Earlier this week, the Instagram of Lil Tay, whose real name is Claire Hope, claimed that the social media personality died. The post read, quote, "It is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news of beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain," end quote. The post also announced the passing of Hope's brother, Jason Tion. He went by Chrisean on YouTube and routinely dropped diss tracks about more popular YouTubers in hopes of gaining more clout and popularity. The statement added no context to how either of them allegedly died. According to the Daily Beast, Hope's former manager, Henry Song, claims that he couldn't confirm her or her brother's passing. He said, quote, "I have been in communication with individuals who have an intimate understanding of the family situation. I am at a point where I cannot definitively confirm or dismiss the legitimacy of the statement issued by the family," end quote. The Daily Beast also reports that the police department in Vancouver, where Lil Tay was living as of 2021, haven't received any reports of the deaths either. The New York Post called the Vancouver law office of Chris Hope, Lil Tay's father, and he said, quote, "I don't have any comment right now. I'm not able to give any comment to you right now. I'm sorry, I can't," end quote. It later comes out that Hope's Instagram was allegedly hacked, and the post was subsequently deleted. Even TMZ deleted their story about the situation. Big Brother contestant Luke Valentine was kicked off of the show's 25th season for saying the N-word. CBS said in a statement, quote, "Luke violated the Big Brother code of conduct and there is zero tolerance in the house for using a racial slur. He has been removed from the house. His departure will be addressed in Thursday night's show," end quote. Big Brother isn't new to controversy, as the show has experienced similar incidents on almost every season. During the 15th season of the CBS show, Erin Grease described Asians as quote-unquote "skutia." She also told a fellow Asian house guest to quote, "Shut up and go make some rice," end quote. She also used a homophobic slur. She was later evicted by her housemates, but not taken out of the house by the show itself. Valentine serves as the first house guest removed by the show's producers for racist behavior. Lady Gaga's dad, Joe Germanotta, is leading the charge against migrants who are living near his Upper West Side home and restaurant. According to the New York Post, he claims that they're flooding the neighborhood with hookers and other bad behavior. He said, quote, "If it was like this when my girls were growing up, I wouldn't be living in New York," end quote. Germanotta has lived in the Python building for 35 years and opened a restaurant in the community in 2012. Around 6 weeks ago, the city transformed the Stratford Arms Hotel into a shelter for hundreds of migrants. The hotel is down the block from Germanotta's home. He told the Post, quote, "It was a stealth operation. They were busted in the middle of the night, like when they flew them into Westchester. They didn't want anyone to know what was going on," end quote. Residents in Germanotta's building and 3 neighboring addresses have formed a West 70th Street Association to lobby City Hall for more policing and better supervision of the migrants. Germanotta claims that the hookers are quote-unquote coming and going. He says that you can see the prostitutes coming out of the building in the mornings. City Hall hasn't commented on the situation. The filming of Baddies East officially began, and it appears that drama has already erupted. A video surfaced online showing a shouting match between Natalie Nunn and Taseki, Chrisean's sister. Taseki went live prior to the incident talking about Nunn, saying, quote, "Miss Chini-chan, you're gonna get beat the f*** up. I was going to be real nice to you, you meatball ass," end quote. Nunn responded to her own Instagram live, saying, quote, "Let me remind y'all, this is my If you don't have respect for me, get the f*** off the show. If you don't want to move how I move, get the f*** off," end quote. The video of the altercation surfaced after both Baddies East castmates did their lives. It's unclear how or why the beef began. Speaking of Baddies East, Vicky has pressed charges against Chrisean Rock for an altercation that left Vicky with bruises. Vicky, whose real name is Victoria Waldrop, took to YouTube to explain what happened. She said that she accidentally liked some shady tweets about Chrisean, whose real name is Chrisean Malone. When confronted by Malone, Waldrop apologized for liking the tweets, though Malone didn't accept the apology and subsequently threw something at her. The next day, Waldrop was called down to filming, and this is when she was attacked by Malone's friend Janice. comment, while Tripp sustained various bruises due to the incident, which she showed during her YouTube video. The charge against Malone is second-degree assault. Zeus Network CEO Lemuel Plummer stated in an Instagram story that Malone didn't physically fight anyone. Both Plummer and Malone did not answer to requests for comment.
Media takeout reports that Rihanna had her second baby. Multiple sources confirmed that the Ponde Replay singer gave birth to a healthy baby girl. One friend said, quote, "She's a perfect spitting image of Rihanna, even down to the light eyes," end quote. The baby's birth comes soon after Rihanna's clothing line, Savage Fenty, launched its maternity line. It features 3 new bralette designs and an oversized graphic tee. Tori Spelling appears to be going through a lot, as she and husband Dean McDermott head for a divorce. A source told Page 6 that the situation is quote-unquote catastrophic. Some sources believe McDermott returned to rehab. Another source told Page 6, quote, "He's definitely somewhere. No one sees to know where," end quote. Spelling and her 5 children relocated to a motel before moving into an RV due to her rental home being infested with black mold. Page 6 reports that Spelling's mother, Candy, is being unfairly blamed for Spelling's predicament. An insider said, quote, "The public has gotten this picture that Candy is ignoring Tory, and it's not true. Under no circumstances would Candy Spelling let her daughter live in an RV," end quote. The source claims that Candy didn't know about Spelling's living situation until Page 6's story was published. Bravo's $1 million listing starring Josh Flagg was apparently helping with Tory and Candy's relationship. Sources told Page 6 that he's been instrumental in trying to get Tory to look at houses. A source says no one understands why Tory went to a hotel or why she's living in an RV. Insiders speculate that Spelling's antics may be a gimmick to get back on television. One clip that, quote, "She must have paparazzi living at the trailer park. When have you ever seen the paps at a Walmart? It's definitely a book deal or some kind of series in the works. It's like Poor Little Rich Girl," end quotes. Tori Spelling has yet to speak publicly about the situation. Cineplex Inc.'s net income hit $176.5 million in its second quarter as the Super Mario Bros. Movie hit the theaters and the cinema chain prepares for a Barbie boost. Ellie Jacob, chief executive of the Toronto-based theater giant, attributed the lift to the, quote, "return of strong film product," end quote. Music screenings from BTS members Suga, Machine Gun Kelly, and Coldplay pushed Cineplex's second quarter revenues by 21%. More progress was made in the third quarter with the release of Barbie and Oppenheimer. The cast of the latter walked out of the premiere in solidarity with striking workers. Cineplex is monitoring the actors and writer strikes closely and working with studio partners to minimize disruptions.